So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be talking about the brand new 87 rated Ultimate Scream Edin Dzeko item, which is a card which you can obtain for free by completing some of this week's season objectives. As you can see in the background, I have now completed all the objectives and I now have an 87 rated Ultimate Scream Dzeko in my club. Overall, the objectives were relatively simple to do. The only one I had trouble with was the Bosnian Diamond one, and that's because I suck at crossing, and you've got to score in 4 separate games using crosses to complete that objective. But most of them were relatively simple and easy, and for my efforts, I now have an 87 rated Dzeko in my club, and today we're obviously going to do a video on him. Anyway guys, before we get into things today, in the comment section down below, I want to hear from you guys. Have you got this card yet? Are you going to get it, or are you going to leave it? And also let me know your thoughts on the stats on it as well. If you could leave a like rating on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you need a football app to keep you up to date with the latest news, then don't forget to download the One Football app. It's completely free and it'll keep you up to date with all the latest happenings in football. There's a link to download it in the top of the description. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack on, shall we? Let's focus on this Edin Dzeko item. This is the team I'm going to be using him in. We're going to start in the 4-4-2, but in-game, we are going to be playing in the 4-2-2 formation. It's very likely that I'll sub this guy off for someone like Pepe or Aubameyang in-game. Anyway, let's have a look at the Dzeko card, shall we? The guy stands at 6'4", and he does indeed have a 5-star weak foot. That 5-star weak foot is an instant positive for this card because that is so good in FIFA Ultimate Team. And the 2-star skill moves though are an obvious instant negatives. Obviously 2-star skills is fairly limiting for those who do skill moves regularly. Anyway, let's have a look at this guy's in-game attributes. He's got some pretty good ones, but he's also got some pretty bad ones, and we are going to obviously highlight both of them. So the pace column isn't exactly too exciting. Obviously this Dzeko card is much quicker than non-informed Dzeko, but this one still isn't particularly rapid. So maybe we will put a pace chem style on him. The shooting section of this card is absolutely fantastic. He's got a really high tap position stat of 91, really good finishing of 90, and really good shot power of 88. And on top of that, he's got 94 composure, so in front of goal, I'm expecting very good things from this Dzeko card. And with him having that 5-star weak foot on top of all these really good shooting stats, he should be banging them in regularly. His long shot rating isn't the best, but we won't be shooting from distance too much with this guy. His passing stats are pretty average. He's got an alright short passing stat, alright long passing, but his crossing and curve are pretty poor. Dribbling wise, really good reactions of 94, brilliant ball control of 96, decent in-game dribbling of 86, but then 40 balance, which is just crap, and 63 agility also isn't ideal, so we might need to boost this guy's dribbling stats a bit in-game. Physically, decent strength of 83, so he should be able to battle quite a bit. Not great stamina though of 73, so he could tire in-game. It's also worth mentioning that he doesn't have the best aggression, so despite having good strength, he might not battle for the ball as much as we like. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good looking item, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this guy goes in-game. So without further ado, let's get into some matches, and let's see how we get on with Ultimate Scream Edin Dzeko. Okay, so for the Bosnians debut, this is what we are facing. It's a near full La Liga side, which also features a Adama Traore in form at right mid off chem. So interesting team choice from my opponent. Very solid team, but interesting is gone with Adama in the right mid spot. Let's see how Dzeko gets on then in game number 1 against a pretty decent defence. Here's the Roma winger who chips it in to Edin Dzeko, takes off the shot, and it's not a bad effort, you know, considering he was facing the other way. I think this is a bit out my range. Nonetheless, for the sake of the video, I have to go for it. It's not a bad effort, you know. That wasn't terrible. For someone with 55 free kick accuracy, did alright there. Nice bit of composure there from Dzeko, and he makes it 2-1. Son. Dzeko link up nicely. Has Dzeko got the pace to get around his man? He actually might, but Bartra gets back at him. But Dzeko does really well to hold him off, then releases the finesse shot, but Courtois gets his hands on it. Son finds Dzeko, who finds Theo Walcott. Is he onside? He is. Great return ball from Theo Walcott, and that's a really composed finish from Edin Dzeko. Really nice first touch, set himself up nicely, and then finished it brilliantly in the corner. Here's Dzeko and Son linking up once more. Dzeko is through on goal. He's got the pace to get past Jimenez. Has he got the finish? Yes, he has, and there is a hat-trick. Hat-trick on debut for the Bosnian. And there is the full-time whistle. We record ourselves a 4-1 victory, and Edin Dzeko, on his debut, does indeed get himself a hat-trick. How was he in game number 1? Well, as you can imagine, I don't have too many bad things to say about him since he scored a hat-trick, but noticeably, his stamina isn't the greatest. He definitely tired towards the end of the game, and his dribbling in-game isn't amazing. So, he's performing thus far as you would expect after seeing the stats. Anyway, let's get into another game, and let's see how he does against a different opposition. And hopefully my next opposition can keep 11 players on the field for the full game. In the next game, we face a full Premier League side which features a 90 rated Mo Salah and an 88 rated Aubameyang. Two players which we definitely have to watch out for in this game. He's also got a very solid backline of Kyle Walker, Sanchez, Socrates and Robertson. So Dzeko's going to have to do well to break down this defence. Pepe's done really well though. And now Dzeko's got a chance to battle up against Sanchez. Has he got the strength? He's got the balance somehow. He's got around that first challenge, balls into the box, but fortunately Theo Walcott couldn't win the header against Andy Robertson. Here is Edin Dzeko on the edge of the box. Going to try and open up some space for a shot just before half time. Can we do so? As you can see, his agility isn't the best. Puts the ball into the box and almost causes some trouble. We get a corner just before half time. Walcott finds Son. Son finds Dzeko and he hits it with a first time shot, but Lloris saves well. There's a chance. Dzeko gets round his man. Left footed strike. The shot comes for Pepe. And we get ourselves an equaliser. Oh, Dzeko's turned his man. Dzeko's turned his man and he's gone for the shot and he's put it in the back of the net. And somehow we are leading in this game. Dzeko trying to find some space on the edge of the box to release a shot. Eventually does and he makes it free. And that very well could be game over. I have to say I'm very shocked that I'm going to win this game, because this guy definitely deserves more than one goal in this match. Can he get through? He tried to, but Socrates just puts him straight on his ass as he tried to get through that gap. But the attack might not be over. It is over. Or is it? Dzeko's won the ball back. On the second attempt, he puts it in. And he's got a hat-trick. Dzeko showing some really good strength and determination there to win the ball, and then putting the ball in the back of the net. Lloris boots the ball up the field. Referee, let's end this. There we go. The full-time whistle has blown, and we get ourselves a 4-1 win and another hat-trick for Edin Dzeko. Gotta say, my opponent must be quite annoyed because he actually played quite well. Lloris made some mad saves in that game. As you can see, he made 10 for me. He was really freaking good in that game. Without Lloris, I definitely would have conceded more goals. And without Dzeko, I might not have won the game. So man of the match goes to Lloris and Dzeko. They're going to have to share it. Anyway, how was Dzeko in game number 2? Pretty good, to be honest. He had a few chances and he took them. Finishing wasn't the best in this game, but that obviously could have been down to me with my poor shot selection. But nonetheless, Dzeko pretty good in game number 2. And that's 6 goals in 2 games now for him. So his goal record is pretty impressive. Anyway, let's get into a third and final game. Up next, this is what we're facing. It's a Premier League / Serie A / La Liga hybrid, and it features some pretty insane players. He's got Mertens, Son and Kante, as well as Lenglet at right centre-back. This guy has a really, really nice team. Son finds Edin Dzeko. He's going to need some support. He's not quick enough to break through alone. But he's doing really well just to keep retaining the ball here for us. And now we might have a... Oh, that was a great bit of play from Dzeko, but I messed it up with a bit of a panic pass there. Son plays through a nice through ball to Edin Dzeko, who takes off the shot, and just before half-time, we take a 1-0 lead. So at the break, as you can see, we do have a 1-0 lead. The first half's been pretty dull, to be honest. My opponent's one of them players who likes to keep possession, but doesn't really do all that much to it. He's very good at keeping the ball, but yeah, he doesn't do too much else with it, so it's not been the most entertaining of first halves, but hopefully in the second, the game can open up a bit more, and maybe we can score more than 1 goal. Nice ball there from Pepe. Can Dzeko get round his man? He might not need to if he finds the right through ball. Sadly, Son was held up on his way through. Dzeko, can he open up a chance here? Edin Dzeko, what a finish! Really nice finish from Dzeko, and just like that, we've got our lead back. Walker whips it in. Dzeko gets on the end of it, and he's got himself a third. What a weird way to get the third goal of the game. But Edin Dzeko as he's got himself another hat-trick, it seems. There is the full-time whistle. We get ourselves another win, and Edin Dzeko gets himself another hat-trick. Damn, this guy scores goals. He really does score plenty of goals. He's a finisher. Anyway, that's it for the gameplay. I'll see you in a second on the summary page where I'll give my full opinion on this 87 rated Edin Dzeko item. So, after playing around with this guy a bit more, what are my overall thoughts on this item? Well, as you saw in the clips, this guy, he scores goals. His shooting's great. Inside the box, this item is absolutely lethal. His general finishing is class, and his power shots are great too. And with him having that 5-star weak foot, he can take off shots with either his left or his right foot. He's a very composed finisher, and even when under pressure, this guy can tuck shots away. I thought his pace was alright. The guy certainly isn't slow, but he does lack that breakaway pace. A pace chem style could obviously help with that. Fortunately though, despite this guy not having that breakaway pace, one thing he is good at is holding up the ball, so he can be utilised very well as a target man, or just someone, you know, just for your other forward to play off. Passing wise, Dzeko was alright. His short passing's good enough for a striker, but it's nothing special. I really wouldn't advise using this guy as a cam. His dribbling, that was pretty much as the in-game stats suggested. His agility does hurt him a lot. He's not the easiest player to manoeuvre. He does control the ball well for the most part, and he's got a good first touch, but you definitely can feel that lack of agility, and his low balance can be an issue also when up against strong defenders because they can knock Dzeko to the floor. This guy's positioning as a whole was pretty good. He made some pretty good runs for me, and he popped up in some good areas. Aerially, he was decent, and he's a great option to aim for when taking set pieces, and obviously he's a great player just to boot the ball up to from goal kicks. His stamina isn't the best though, and I wouldn't advise using this guy for the full 90 minutes in FUT Champs. He does tire towards the end of matches. Obviously he's got good strength and he does battle for the ball most of the time, but sadly his aggression stat isn't the best. So when he comes up against top tier defenders who have him beat for aggression and strength, they are going to beat into the ball, and Dzeko is going to come out second best on those occasions. Overall though, I thought this card was decent. If your team needs a finisher, this item could definitely be worth trying. I wouldn't use this card if you like to dribble a lot with your attackers, but if your team needs someone to come in and finish chances, this card could be worth trying. Overall, is this card worth getting? Yeah, obviously. It's a free item, it's relatively easy to obtain, it's definitely worth getting even if you're not going to use it. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 87 rated Edin Dzeko. Hope you've enjoyed this video, I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions about this card, pop them in that comment section down below, and also if you want me to review any of the other Halloween cards, let me know which ones in the comment section as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.